Hello, my name is Kevin Armando Mejia Tovar, and today my informative speech will be about technology and how it has affected the way of living. First of all, what is technology? Okay, so web page name Britannica.com states that technology is the application of science knowledge to the practical aims of human life, or as it is sometimes phrased, mm, the change and manipulation of human environment. Okay, so what this means is that doesn't matter if it affects us in a good way or a bad way. It always gonna affect. It always going to affect us on our lives. One example of this would be the creation of a game of games. Uh, for example, a professional gamer, someone that makes a living out of playing video games, will tell you that the creation of this uh, of this industry changed his life. Um, I mean, he's making a career out of it. He's making good money out of it. While a parent of a teenager will tell you that it's just a waste of money and waste of money and a waste of time as well. So it just depends on the perspective and every single one of us and how we see it. Okay, so the main area of technology and invention came in the 18th century when the Industrial Revolution started and machines got invented and various types of development and production started as well. Uh, One example of a big change during this era would be the way that we transport, the way that we use the transportation. The creation of a car was in 1886 by Carl Benz, and it was stated by LifeScience.com, the first true modern automobile. At the beginning of the creation of the car, it was seen as a luxury, not as a necessity today, like today. In 2019, 93% of households in the US had access to at least one working car. So it's a big change, coming from just luxury, and then coming from to almost every single household having one car. It's just a big change, and this is just a good example of how technology can change the way we live or the way we do things. Another creation that changed the way we see the world would be the creation of internet. The computer networking began in the 60s. The internet was the first invented for military purposes and then quickly expanded to the purpose of communication. The invention also came about the part of by increasing the need of computers in the 60s, and then in the 80s the internet quickly transformed from nationwide network to an international network. And in the 90s the world started to change, and the internet began to affect people. By the end of the 90s, um, almost every almost the whole world had access to internet. um, it expanded quickly because of the need of communication, and internet ended up being the perfect tool for it. Okay, so here's a picture of the first car invented by Mr. Benz. And then this is a computer from the 80s. So the last invention that changed the world and how we communicate will be the cell phone. Uh, ScienceMuseum.org states that in the 70s, researchers at Bell's lab in the USA began to experiment with the concept of cell phone. The idea was to cover the country with a network of hexagonal cells, each of which contain a base station. A base station. Mm, these base stations will send and receive messages from mobile phones over radio frequencies. Um, by the end of the 70s, the Bell Labs advanced mobile phone system was up and running on a small scale. Uh, Martin Cooper, the engineer from Motorola, developed the first handheld phone that could connect over the Bell's system, and then at almost $10,000 at today's price, it was not for everyone. It was a status of wealth back then, and now 96% of Americans own a cell phone of some kind, and 81% of them are smartphones. So, in conclusion, every single technology uh, previously mentioned was seen as a luxury first, but when the time comes by and figuring out that it's something that can be used to help our way of living, it quickly transformed to a luxury into a necessity in today's world. Thank you.